guys, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be all about BeautyCon LA 2017 and my review slash, I don't want to say rant, but low-key rant, maybe just like some good criticism, something like that. So I was invited by a friend to come to BeautyCon LA just as a regular person and just hang out and enjoy it and really experience it, so to say. I've never been to BeautyCon because when I was a lot younger in high school, I watched a few reviews on it and everyone's basically like, it's really long lines and there's a lot of people, and even at that age I was like, okay, I think I'm kind of cool on that. But anyways, this year I was invited by a friend to go, so I was like, yes, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna experience it, I'm gonna enjoy it. And it was definitely a very fun moment. It was a fun environment, it was a fun experience to be in, and I enjoyed it a lot. But there were definitely a lot of things that BeautyCon was missing, or I felt that they lacked. So when you first sign in, you go and you get like this little pamphlet, and you get a few goodies. You get a little iron-on patch, which I really didn't care for, and you also get the ColourPop exclusive BeautyCon lip. I don't know if this is one of the regular colors, I'm not sure, but it's really cute because it has BeautyCon X ColourPop on here, and it has the BeautyCon logo on there, so it's really cute. So you get these two things, and you know, seeing this the first time, I'm thinking, oh, okay, ColourPop's gonna be there. And you go inside and there's no ColourPop booth as far as I know. I went on Sunday, so I don't know if there were brands there on Saturday that weren't there on Sunday. Yeah, it looks like ColourPop wasn't there because I'm looking through the little pamphlet right now and I don't see them anywhere. So that was one of my big issues with BeautyCon, was that there weren't that many indie brands. And when I say indie brands, I really mean brands that are, one, new in general to the beauty scene, and two, are usually exclusively sold online. So things like ColourPop and Glossier and Becca Cosmetics, things of those nature that you can really only find at conventions like this, or if you order from their site. So that was something that I was really hoping for. I was hoping to finally get to see these brands in person, maybe talk to some of the representatives there, get to know more about the brand, more about the products that they sell, and they just weren't there. I don't know if they just couldn't find an agreement when it came to coming, or you know, the brands coming and being sponsored there, or what. I don't know why they weren't there, but there were a lot of indie brands that I wish were there that just were not there. And I feel as a beauty convention, they really should have been there. Like, this is the best time for people to learn more about your brand and hear what you have to say as a brand, and especially if you're a new brand or just an indie brand. Like, if you're not being sold at Sephora or Ulta, I feel like BeautyCon is one of the very few places where you can get a lot of people to recognize your brand. So I was really sad about that. Another thing I was extremely sad about was the lack of diversity in the brands that were there. A lot of these brands were catering to fair skin, light skin, white skin, and straight hair, which is really disheartening. Because, you know, as a beauty convention, it should be all-inclusive, not just catering to the large majority of fair, white, light skin, and straight hair, and, you know, throwing in a few curly hair and women of color things here and there, but it should be fairly mixed in really good. So I'm going to show you guys what the map looks like. So this is the map. Out of all these places here, I can only name about 3 or 4 brands out of all these tables and booths here that catered to women of color and women with curly hair at the soul of the brand, as the heart of their brand. Every other brand here was either meant for women of fair skin or they employed mostly or all white women or women of very fair skin and straight hair, or they employed only people who were racially ambiguous. So it was very noticeable too. Like, there wasn't a lot of diversity in the brands that were there, as well as the people that the brands hired to have them working the booth. Like, I went up to, I know we canceled Shea Moisture earlier this year, but I went up to the Shea Moisture booth, and lo and behold, they had a white woman and a racially ambiguous woman working the booth. And it was kind of like, Shea Moisture, I feel like this is a place where you guys should really kind of clean up that look that you guys just created with the women of color community, and it was really sad. I went over, there were a few stores that were like, not stores, but there were a few booths that were like perfume or maybe clothing or skincare, and they were all either white, very fair, light-skinned Asians, or people who were racially ambiguous. There were no women who were dressed, who were Muslim, who were dressed in their garbs. There were no women of color who were dark-skinned with curly hair or short hair or kinky hair, who, you know, looked like me, who were working outside of Cantu or outside of Sally's Beauty Supply store. There were no people who were Hispanic and dark skinned. There were no Asians who were of darker skin tone. It was very white. It was a very white beauty convention, and it was just really sad. It was sad to see that in 2017 they still cannot figure out how to make sure that the brands that they're hiring and the people that these brands are hiring to work their booths are covering the whole spectrum of beauty. Not just, you know, all girls, but men as well, and not just all white, but people of color as well, and not all straight people, but people with curly hair as well. It seemed like everything was centered towards fair, light, white skin with straight hair, and very few things were geared or really being pushed towards people with curly hair or people of color, which is just really sad, really sad. I can't really speak for, they had a lot of bloggers here that were of color that came to take pictures and to talk. I can't speak on that because I didn't come early to see those bloggers, so I have no idea who they are. Their names are in here, but I have no idea who they are. I know Kelly Rowland was there talking, and it was really nice to see her in a sea of white. It was nice to see her, but all in all, it was a very lack of diversity beauty convention. Another thing I really wanted to bring out was the extremely long lines that were happening. Every booth, so every booth that's on this map, there's a line to get into the booth, especially booths like Lime Crime, L'Oreal, Anastasia. I want to say Maybelline was there. There was a line for Maybelline. There was a line for anything that you may have heard somewhere somehow. If you knew of it, whether it was drugstore or high-end, there was a line a mile long to get into these booths. So me, you know, not really wanting to stand in line, and B, knowing that I can buy these products at home if I really wanted to, not myself, but my experience was kind of cut off because I wasn't going to wait 30 minutes in line to get to these booths just to experience, you know, whatever activities they had to do, or, you know, pictures that they had. I couldn't do it because I would have wasted so much time. I wouldn't have been able to get around everything standing in line for 30 minutes for each booth. I mean, it's insane. And I know that's been an ongoing problem with BeautyCon, is the extremely long lines. And it seems like they just really haven't figured out how to make these lines shorter, how to make sure that these lines are getting done quicker. You know, whether it's getting more space or, you know, putting a cutoff on each line, like saying, okay, well, here's the cutoff. Like, we're not going to allow anyone in the line right now so that people are forced to go do other things or what. But, I mean, anything that required a line I didn't do because I would have lost so much time. I wouldn't have been able to do anything. Another thing that maybe other people won't feel but I felt was that the convention didn't really feel like a convention. It felt like you were paying to stand in line and get a lot of free samples, which is kind of disheartening. One thing that I like that the convention did, or not the convention, but Sally's Beauty Supply Store, they had their own booth, and they had someone from Eden Body Works, the hair company. They also had like a few body stuff. Is that they had someone there who was talking about the products and what the products did, and who can use the products and what the products are good for, X, Y, and Z. And I thought that was very, very informative and very, very useful for a convention. A lot of these other booths didn't have that. Didn't have people talking about what the products did, or what they do, or what they don't do. Sally's had someone on a microphone who was there talking and giving out information, and it felt very, very interactive, and I enjoyed it, even though I didn't stand in line for the Sally's booth because the line was insane. But I enjoyed walking by and hearing her talk. It allowed me to enjoy it without having to stand in that crazy line. But a lot of the other booths didn't have that. A lot of the booths just had meet and greets with beauty bloggers, which, don't get me wrong, I have nothing against. I'm just not the type of person who's going to go take a picture with a beauty blogger unless I really, really like him or her. Usually her. I don't think I have any beauty blogger males that I'm like crazy about. But the lines to do that were extremely long, and then they were just taking pictures. It was like a meet and greet, which I felt was kind of maybe not the best place to do the meet and greet. I feel like if I was going to stand in line, like, I would like to hear some information from this beauty blogger. Maybe what does the beauty convention mean to you, or what inspires you to be in beauty, something of substance. The convention felt like it was lacking a lot of substance, which really sucked. So I think if they would have maybe hired some of these beauty bloggers, or asked them to come out and did, you know, like a 15-minute powwow, and did like a meet and greet after, and just did like intervals of that with different beauty bloggers, it would have felt more like a convention and less of a samples and lines type of thing, because that's honestly what I got out of it. Just walking around, it was just like free samples here, long lines there, girls screaming there, and you know, it was pretty chaotic. And I think that's kind of it for the things I didn't like. There were a lot of positives about the beauty convention. One thing that I really, really enjoyed were the one thing I really enjoyed was there were a lot of beauty bloggers. So if you are someone who is super into like seeing your beauty bloggers and seeing, you know, people that you watch on Instagram and YouTube and wanting to take pictures with them, the beauty bloggers that I saw that I recognized, they were there and they were more than willing to take pictures, which is extremely, my phone. Beauty bloggers that I saw there were more than willing to take pictures with people, to stop and say hi to people, to sign things, which I think is very, very nice. I can't speak for every single beauty blogger that was there because I was only there for about 3 hours or so on Sunday, but while I was there, it was really nice. They seemed really nice. Another thing is that the crowd was very nice. Everyone who attended BeautyCon was very nice. People were saying excuse me, or they came up and complimented me, or complimented other people on their hair, on their makeup, on their clothes, whatever. It was a really nice crowd, which I think is really important when it comes to conventions, because you don't want to go somewhere and everyone is rude or snobby or bougie. But all in all, it was a great crowd there. Another thing were there were a lot of engaging activities. Although the lines for the engaging activities were very long, the engaging activities were very, very fun. There were things like there was a ball pit. I don't even know what brand it was. It was some brand that was selling clothes. They had like a red ball pit that you could take a picture in as you fell towards it. There were a lot of photo booths. Almost every booth, there were a few that didn't, but almost every booth had some type of photo booth for you to take a picture with their brand and with their products, and you know, they email it to you, or you can take like a short little video, or you can take a short GIF and they'll send it to you. There were a lot of engaging activities to enjoy in, which is really nice. They had a DJ there, so you can go and you can dance, or you can let your kids dance. They had there was a little section where they were having people talk, and they had hosts there to talk and to speak about, you know, their experiences in beauty, or you know, their journey in beauty, or whatever they were talking about. So there was a lot of engaging things, which is really nice. They had food trucks there, which is really, really nice. You could go and you could experience some new food, experience some new food trucks. They had drinks, which is really good. because trust me, after a while you're gonna be ready for a drink being at that convention. One thing I really liked was the convention center had some really helpful staff. This may be a big thing for some people, may not be a big thing for others. For me personally, a helpful staff really, you know, really sets the first mood of how something is gonna go. When I first got there, I had came up the wrong entrance, and so they're like, oh, you're at the wrong place, we're so sorry, you have to go here instead, and they're gonna do this and do that, X, Y, and Z. And after I had made it in, they had, I think one of them had went to the bathroom or was going or coming from the bathroom, and he asked me if I got in okay and if everything was okay. So it was, they had nice staff at the LA Convention Center, so kudos to them for hiring good staff, because it did make a good impression on me as an attendee for the BeautyCon. And I think that's just about it. So that was all general admission. Because I was invited by a friend who was working the convention, I was able to scam my way into VIP. So VIP section, I didn't take any videos of VIP because that's where all the entertainment was and all the bloggers were, and all the YouTubers were, and they were, you know, there with their friends and with their colleagues, you know, and like how annoying would that be to have someone's camera in your face, that's, you know. So I didn't take any videos in there, but the VIP section was like the best part. Because in the VIP section they were giving away freebies and goodies. There were brands there, but it was mostly like the high-end brands that were up in the VIP section giving away freebies. Brands like, I don't even know how to pronounce this brand, but it's called Kopari. You've probably seen it. I know you've seen it. I've seen it and just never knew what it was. It says it's like coconut oil. I'm like, I don't need coconut oil. Like, anyone can buy coconut oil. But they gave out some samples, and I've always wanted to try this glitter, body glitter, but the samples at like Sephora or Namie's or Friends, wherever it's sold, they're always just like a hot mess. Like, they're always dirty, or, you know, like someone spilled it. It's just a mess. So it was nice to actually get a sample of this so I could try it. They also had Redken there, and they had, I guess this is their new line. I'm assuming it's their new line. I may be wrong, but it's their Diamond Oil Glow Dry. So this is what Redken was giving out, which is like their cute little glow dry. It's samples of their, I want to say their full line. It's a shampoo, conditioner, and heat protected and blow drying primer. And it's all for getting your hair ready to get blow dried. So I'm excited to try this. I'm actually going to try it on this wig after this video. It's going to be exciting. We're going to shoot that. I'm going to shoot that. You guys will see. So I got that. And then I also got, I have no idea how to pronounce this, LXMI brand. I know someone's seen it. I have no idea how to pronounce it. My hands all over the place. But they, this brand was giving out samples. I also got a clay mask. It was cool because in the VIP section, VIP had their own separate bathroom, which was really nice. And in the VIP bathroom, they had samples. So yeah, no, I was taking all those samples. They had like what is that Target brand that's like Yes on something? I have no idea what it is, but it's like Yes on so and Yes on this. And they were giving away a clay mask in the bathroom. So I, you know, went ahead and I took those little clay masks and I used it yesterday and it was really nice. Shea Moisture was giving away box soap. I mean, I enjoy it. You know, like, anyone can be clean. Like, let's all get clean. But box soap, out of all the things y'all could have given away, y'all gave away box soap. Whatever. I also got a sample, not a sample, but I got that clear sponge thing that was on the rave for like a few months ago, and everyone was like, you either hated it or you loved it. I tried it this morning, hated it. It's terrible. It turned my foundation gray somehow, some way. It's a mess. But I do enjoy it for applying like not cream eyeshadows, but like gloss eyeshadows, like glossy stuff. But I tried that, terrible. What else did I get? I think that's it. I got a lot of samples from L'Oreal. I got Cantu was giving away samples like crazy. I didn't get samples from anywhere else because either the lines were too long or it was sampled with a purchase, which was the case for a lot of brands. Oh, before I even wrap this video up, shout out to the lip bar. Thank you guys so much, the lip bar, for coming out and being literally one of very few brands representing women of color, because there was, as a woman of color who attended the convention, there was very little of us there, very little. I'm not just saying black women, but I'm saying women of color, period. Anybody who is not white, or anyone whose skin is not white or not fair. There is very little of us out there. So thank you to the lip bar for coming, showing out, selling your products. I wish I would have got another lipstick, but I was trying to save my money. I was trying to spend my coins wisely, but I'm so happy that I got this, and I'm wearing it right now. And it's a lot more vibrant than I thought it was gonna be. I don't know why I thought this was gonna be a little bit more burnt, but it's definitely more on the orange side. But it's very pretty. It's actually a lip gloss. It's not a lipstick or a liquid cream lipstick or anything like that. It's just a regular lip gloss. So the texture is nice. It feels nice on lips. Feels like lip gloss. Doesn't feel like it's gonna dry out. It does, you know, wear off eventually as you eat and do all kinds of shenanigans. But it's a very pretty color, and I really like it. So thank you guys for coming out and selling your products. Even though BeautyCon played y'all and put y'all in the wee corner. They played. Listen, you guys, like, BeautyCon played everybody when it came to diversity and showing women of color. But I'm glad you guys came anyways. I'm so thankful. And that's about it for this video. I know this isn't a video I normally do, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, please check out my latest videos. It means so much to me when you guys watch them, like them, and leave comments. It encourages me to do more and to be consistent. If you aren't already, please follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, Twitter if you want to. I don't even know why I still promote the Twitter, but I'm gonna keep promoting the Twitter because it's there. And I will see you guys on the next video. As always, I'm gonna leave the links to the next video or the previous video right here, and all the information on BeautyCon will be down below. And this is Hot Kiki's hair, Hot Keeks, and its natural pattern, no manipulation. This is how it naturally looks. And yeah, I will see you guys on my next video. Bye!